coming up in this read. One of these is incredibly determined to get your attention, Virgo. And I'm not going to lie, you're getting a lot of attention. A lot. It's indicating this race between three. Who's going to win your affection? Virgo, let's get into your March love reading. Any information that you need, you can find it in my pinned comment below and in my description box below. If you're cross-watching for a Virgo, then please switch over the energies because I could be speaking directly to you instead. And please do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate for absolutely everybody. You just take what's resonating for you and leave what doesn't for another Virgo, okay? Also, please do respect the tarot and approach it with patience, an open mind and without expectations. And finally, if you don't want to miss a video, then subscribe and stay notified. Okay, so Virgo, what's going on in your energy when it pertains to love and romance? The zodiac information, again, discernment required, okay? Any of the zodiacs, they could be placements in your chart, in someone else's chart, or they could be character traits of somebody, okay? So your first card out, Ace of Wands, fire energy. Well, in fact, this read already is super fire heavy, okay? Ace of Wands, fire, so Aries, Leo, Sag. Eight of Wands, it's Sagittarius, as is the Nine of Wands. I think if I remember correctly, the Nine of Wands is Moon in Sagittarius. You then have the Magician, which is, Virgo, Gemini. Just in case anyone's wondering, that was me that dropped all of that, okay? So that's why I took the one that flipped, and now I'm just going to put the ones that I know I dropped those back in the deck, okay? So I'm not hiding anything from you guys, it's just so that you know, like, everything that's going on, right? King of Wands, it's Leo energy, more fire. Loads more fire. At this point, I think it's safe to assume, Virgo, some of you have got a Sagittarius moon or a Leo moon. Some of you. Or you are dealing with a fire sign. There's a lot of initiation that's going on as well. Ace of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the King of Wands, and the Magician as well, in fact. I don't know what side of the table this is coming from, so I'm just going to say somebody, okay? And then you can fit it where you feel it's a comfortable fit. Somebody is possibly dealing with two individuals. They could be trying to choose between two love interests, or a channeled message that's coming through. Somebody could be trying to choose between two individuals where one of them has already been approved by the family and the other one is not approved by the family. There is a bit of that that's going on for a tiny handful of you. Again, depends on who you are, where you're from, what your culture is, and all the rest. Okay, let's respect everybody here and just keep an open mind. If that's not your story, leave it. There needs to be decisive action that is taken, right? It's telling me that somebody is basically running out of time to make that firm decision. You now have three kings out on the table. The King of Cups, Scorpion. The Three of Coins, Capricorn, Death, Scorpion. The King of Swords, Aquarius. The High Priestess, Moon, so Pisces or Cancer. And then you've got Pisces at the bottom of the deck with the Nine of Cups. So it's time for you to get real, Virgo. Or it's time for someone to get real about what it is that they are wanting out of their lives and not what everyone else around them is wanting for your life. Okay, again, remember there's two very distinct scenarios here that I'm clearly picking up in this read. For somebody, someone's family could be very set on setting you up with somebody that they have already vetted But the problem is the person that they have vetted doesn't quite meet your standards. So again, there's definitely a lot of people involved with this situation. And to be perfectly honest with you, Virgo, I don't think you would be in the wrong to tell them to stick to their own lane. Like, I really, really don't. And there's the Hierophant and the Moon. Again, yeah, traditions. Someone is desperately trying to break with traditions, and it is break with traditions because the Moon was hiding underneath the Hierophant. Someone wants to break free from the traditions, but they don't know if they should, they don't know if they can. But ultimately, Virgo, someone isn't happy. I think that was a firework. I hope that was a firework. I'm just going to be ignorant and sit here. Wish fulfillment ultimately is the meaning for the Nine of Cups. Okay, you need to think about your own wish fulfillment, Virgo. It isn't selfish. How is that you being selfish? At the end of the day, you need to consider that this is your life, and it's not. It isn't anyone else's place to tell you what you should or shouldn't do in your own life. It doesn't matter how much you love them, how much you respect them. At the end of the day, if someone is trying to get you to do something that goes against your free will, they don't have any authority to do that, no matter what they think. Somebody clearly does think that they have the authority to tell others how they can live their lives. Coming out with this excuse with the Hierophant, but this is the way that we've always done things. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Virgo, it's time for you to make up your own mind, okay? King of Wands being kind of central to your read. It's a bit knocked off centre because of the additional cards that came out. That would be the High Priestess. That's the additional card that came out because we're only really supposed to have 9 cards. So again, whatever's central to this read is the most important topic of conversation that is currently going on around you. King of Wands is literally all about taking action, and reinforced with the Magician being right next to it as well. And then the King of Cups, I have a sneaky suspicion, Virgo, some of you are trying to choose between a fire and a water sign. Others of you are trying to choose between fire and an air sign. Okay, if it's not about that, then this is literally you finding that courage within yourself. Remember, the King of Wands is very, very courageous. They need to be. Don't get too hung up on gender. Okay, you can still be resonating as a feminine energy, but currently taking on this King of Wands energy, right? King of Wands is literally all about taking action, and what's the main ingredient of taking action towards your goal? Courage, right? Finding that courage to stand on your own 2 feet and to defend the choices that you make, specifically when it comes down to love with the King of Cups. All right. Walking, I'm just seeing this now actually. Walking away from those that are getting themselves involved in your love life. Now, if this isn't a situation where a family is basically trying to force someone else into a relationship with somebody that they don't even find attractive, never mind having to face the prospect of, needing to be physically intimate with them, then this will be a situation where someone else, and I do feel again that this family interference, somebody within your family is basically trying to give you advice when it comes down to making decisions in love. And quite possibly not the best advice as well. Because again, remember, any action or decision that moves you away from your 9 of Cups, that's not going to be the correct choice for you, right? Now, I'm also seeing as well, Virgo, with this Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands, this is a combination. Some of you could be finding yourself in receipt, it's getting a bit mucky, in receipt of an unsolicited pick. Okay. Again, with that Nine of Wands, it's like, oh man, I really didn't want to see that. That's gross. Why would you do this? Yeah, not great. So I would safely go out on a limb here, Virgo, and say that one of these three kings has basically already taken themselves out of the race by behaving in that manner in the first place. And again, women can send unsolicited pictures as well. I mean, that happens quite a lot. Quite a lot. So again, keep an open mind. Do keep an open mind. It's an interesting one. One of these is incredibly determined to get your attention, Virgo. And I'm not going to lie, you're getting a lot of attention. A lot. It's indicating this race between three. Who's going to win your affection first? Why is the High Priestess here, please? For Virgo in love. Thank you. The Queen of Swords. For the High Priestess. So you're going to be choosing the King of Swords to the Queen of Swords. You're going to be choosing the one that can hold the intelligent conversation. The one where it's not all going to be about just the physical intimacy. You're going to be choosing the one that's got depth and character. In fact, with this King of Swords, it's not very well recognized, but the King of Swords can actually have a really sharp sense of humor, because swords, communication. So the one that makes you laugh is likely to be the winner of the race, from what I can see. So it's not all just going to be about the looks and the passion and the instant fireworks, which is weird because we had a firework already go off in the middle of your read. Yeah, it's not going to be about the instant fireworks for you, Virgo. This is going to be more about the brain of a person, that their intellect, their ability to hold a conversation, a two-way conversation. Tell me more about the Magician, please, for Virgo. Thank you. The Ten of Swords. Interesting. You see that? How that the King of Wands is literally right next to the Magician. With one of these connections, it's going to be over before it's even had a chance to get off the ground. Because with one of these, it's all about the physical and not enough about the soul and the mind. It has to be the full package for you, Virgo, or it's not going to be anything at all. The Knight of Wands under there, yeah. And the Eight of Cups, you see. Knight of Wands, Eight of Cups. It's the fire sign. Probably. Or someone who's just got a lot of fire in their character or in their chart. And then you've got Ten of Cups under there. So it's like your stability is not with the individual that is trying to move things super, super quick. It's not with the individual who is big and flashy and the one that's trying to make all of these grand gestures. It's not with that individual. That's not where your stability and where your future happiness sits. Yeah, Ten of Cups and the High Priestess. So again, it's like your own intuition is telling you this as well. In fact, the more like the bigger the gesture is from a specific individual, the more likely you are right now to repel away from them, because it's like a big red flag for you. It's interesting. It's also very smart as well. It's almost as if you I'm only able to see the surface level of what's actually going on with this, because again, you're a very private individual, and you've picked up on a lot of kind of like warning signs from a specific individual, and you're like, no, this one, they're too big, they're too flashy, they're too showy, that there's something not right here, because it almost feels as if they're trying to overcompensate, or if they're trying to move things too quickly before I can actually suss out who they are. Because again, that surface level, that's why, of course, they're keeping everything very surface level, and it is a cause for concern. Whereas the other individual can actually hold that sensible adult two-way conversation. They're not taking themselves too seriously as well, because I mean, evidently they can and do make you laugh. It's a completely different vibe, a completely different energy from the other individual. Completely different. One of these you're definitely going to be moving in with and settling down with and starting a family with as well for some of you. It's certainly indicating that much. It's just right now this energy is it's pointing towards someone specifically that's still trying to make that decision between a couple of different individuals. Absolutely. And it's like everyone else around you seems to be nudging you in the direction of the individual that keeps making all of these big grand gestures. But then your guts are telling you that something's not quite right with that. Something's not quite right with that. And given the fact that we've seen the High Priestess in your read twice, Virgo, I would safely say go with your guts on this one. Go with your guts, go with your instinct, go with your intuition. If you feel something's off, you can bet your ass something's off. Okay. Have a healing message, please, for Virgo. Random, okay. Wow, 34 and 31. Somebody could be 34, someone else could be 31. Hot moon, extremes, and then worm moon, faith. So I don't think I'm going to have time to get you the full healing message for both of these. So we're going to take the main points for this one, and then we'll get the full healing message for this one. Okay. Right, 34. Let's take a look. Learn how to handle crises with calm and resilience. Seeking balance is superior to seeking extremes. There are better ways to handle conflict than rage and outrage. There may be someone who seeks to disrupt your business or your life in some way. Just remember that this too shall pass. I handle extremes with grace, yet I seek balance in all things. Most of us have experienced extremes of weather, boiling hot days or the freezing of snow and ice. You certainly know that you're alive because the sensation could be so overwhelming or stressful on the body. The hot moon appeared in the hottest time of the year, where the days were the longest and the rains were less frequent. Similarly, we can experience extremes in life. Deaths, job losses, relationship breakdowns, our true fears, big conflicts, booms and busts, and yet this is life. Our situation can change quickly, for better or for worse. The hot moon challenges us to build our resilience and reserves of wisdom and calm for those times where things are at their extreme. It reminds us that developing grace under pressure is worth its weight in gold, and that even these extremes in time will pass. And then it says a sunstone might be beneficial for you. So again, extremes. The intuitive message that I get for that one for you, Virgo, is the firework effect. And again, your read is weird because it keeps coming back to that firework, and it was super random how that firework went off outside, because it's like we're not even in bonfire season or anything like that, you know, that there's no logical reason why somebody would randomly set off one firework outside the window. But there we go, that's literally the theme of your read, Virgo. Fireworks. Fireworks, they do die out pretty quick, and this is what you're fully conscious of. Some of you are concerned that all of these grand gestures and all the rest of it, that it's not going to last. Okay, and then you've got worm moon. Fertility and abundance now return. Things will get better. Growth has started. Hold on to your dreams in adversity. I know that all will be well. It is in the darkest of times that we find it hard to see the light. It is hard to see when things seem hopeless, how we can ever feel hope again. When things seem to fail, it is really difficult to draw up our resilience and stand up again. We learn by observing the seasons that the light does return. The barrenness of winter turns infinitely and surely into spring. The ice does melt. The days grow longer and the nights grow shorter. Warmth and fertility slowly return to the land. It is hard to have faith in ourselves and the universe. I actually think that faith is the real F word. Faith requires us to let go of our anxieties and have trust, perhaps in something that we can't actually see yet. Having a more complete faith in yourself and a higher power to lead you to your greatest good is a solid intention, while having a rigid, blind faith does not serve us. It's important to hold on to our dreams and intentions and focus on the outcome. And then it says lapis lazuli. So this is all about like the natural cycle of events, the turning of the wheel. This too shall pass again. And more importantly, I was picking up on that attitude. Like, attitude is everything right now. It would be folly for you to fall into that trap of positive thinking and nothing else. I don't know why that's a thing. I really don't know why that gets shoved in everyone's face every 5 minutes. It is ridiculous. Positive thinking, yes, but only up to a certain extent. Because again, everything has to be in balance. If you're constantly telling yourself, almost kidding yourself to a point, then that's, as the card tells you, that's going to lead you down the path of disappointment. So it's absolutely brilliant to have a positive outlook and a positive mindset. Yes, absolutely. But it's also telling you, don't forget to be realistic with it as well. Okay, it's the balance of both. And not to shy away from the obvious as well with that particular card, Virgo. It's literally Mother Earth. Now is the time for you to, with that Magician, manifest into your reality what is best for you. All right, not what's best for everyone else, but what's best for you. Else, please, for Virgo. Honor. Honor your loved one and you'll notice your relationship becoming stronger. So, for some of you, the individual that's making all these grand gestures with gifts and presents and all the rest of it, you at some point might have felt massively disrespected by them. And again, that could have been where I was picking up that overcompensation vibe from. If somebody has already disrespected you, then by them going out and getting you all these mad gifts, it's not going to take away the fact that you were disrespected. So you're going to pick the one that treats you with honour and respect. And then you've got cherish your relationship. It's beautiful. And at the bottom of the deck you have openness. Be open to accept divine guidance in your relationships. Yeah, remember, 2 High Priestess in your read. You already know what the answer is. You already know who it is that you're going to pick. Trust in that. What else for Virgo, please? Thank you. Find your fucking center. Like a jelly donut, fill a piece. What else, please, for Virgo? Okay. Heart chakra. Okay, so it's suggested that malachite might be beneficial for you at this time. Forgiveness. You'll find freedom in forgiveness. So, forgiveness, it's not just about forgiving someone else, okay? Forgive you first and foremost. And then you can extend it to someone else if required. And then at the bottom of the deck you have sacral chakra, peach moonstone, fertility. Let your life burst forth from the seeds of creation. Fertility. So there's a lot of really fertile energy around you right now, Virgo. Like literally you can create pretty much anything that you set your mind to at this point in time. But the thing that's keeping you stuck, and I'm feeling that it pertains to guilt. Or being guilt-tripped. Being guilt-tripped by certain individuals around you into making a decision that you feel is not going to be beneficial for you. Interesting. Okay, so I do need to leave that one there. That is what I have for you. If you would like to book a private reading with me, then you can visit phoenixkeiatarot.com to place your booking. Thank you so much to everybody who has liked, shared, subscribed and supported my channel. It really, really does help me to get the messages out there to those who are needing to hear it. And thank you so much for watching. Before I go as well, I'd just like to remind you, don't forget to join me on the 2nd of April at 5 p.m. GMT for your lifestyle read. Thank you so much for watching, and we shall speak again soon.